How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be people may already know the topic that you're pushing. People may already know the topic that you're pushing. Now, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about a lot of the things that we talked about on this channel in regards to conversational bullies, people that have agendas to push. When they're talking to you, trying to sway you over to some particular side or whatever the case may be, or they're trying to consider themselves enlightening you because they just feel you just don't know, or you don't know as much as I know, so let me fill you in. And the topic of this video, people might know more than what you think that they know, or people might already know the topic that you're pushing is. You might think that you know until you run up against a person that really knows. And for anybody who hasn't experienced this, this is a very humbling situation. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of the times the people that I'm talking about, the ones that are pushing these agendas, these topics, when they're just, really bending your ear, can't get a word in, and they're just, the other thing that I was thinking about for another topic for a video I had done earlier was conversations having a definitive end. They just can't have a conversation where we're just talking with one another. It has to have a definitive end where either you're believing what I'm believing or I'm believing what you're believing by the end of this conversation. We got to have some sort of end. But back to what I was saying about it being a humbling ordeal. The only reason why people do what they do in regards to what I'm talking about with this here, with this topic here is because they think that they do know more. They figure that, they just have it all figured out. And like I said, I've covered this in many other videos when I've said there's been times where there's things that I've just felt absolutely certain about, only to walk away, whether it was days, months, years, come back to something, revisit again in my life. I'm like, man, how wrong I was. But I saw how passionate I felt about it. I'm glad I didn't push whatever it was that I was going through at that moment off on somebody, because I could have led somebody astray, led them wrong. And it's like, here it is. I'm sitting way over here with the way that I think on this situation now. And I can see it's just, I can't even back the way that I felt then. So with that being said, like I said, going back again for a third time to the topic of this video, you come up against a person that really knows on whatever it is that you're trying to push, and one or two things either happens depending on your personality and how you are. Like I said at the start of this video, can be a very humbling experience because it's almost like having egg on your face in regards to being basically corrected on everything that you thought that you knew, or argument can ensue if you let that little thing called pride get the best of you. It's just something that I'm putting out there because I'm going to say this. There's actually a few people that I know where I know when I've engaged in conversations with them, since we've known each other for so long, they feel that they know everything that I know up on the topic, so they feel that they know more. So they feel that they can overtalk, out-talk, and my opinion is not valid up off in it. And with some of those situations, it's been eye-openers for them because I've either done one or two things. They've just assumed that I didn't know anything on it because I didn't comment on it, because I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole with them, or they've had their feelings, gotten their feelings on the shoulders and gotten offended about the ordeal and were kind of huffy with the situation anyway. And I didn't let an argument ensue because it's the reason why I didn't proceed on with, in the past of engaging them in whatever the conversation that was that we were having. But you could tell that it was a humbling experience for them because it's just like, I didn't think that you knew. But it's just like, and in the same breath it's just like, well, what were you talking to me about it for? Were you really trying to be enlightening, or were you just trying to show how smart you were about something? Did you just I don't know. I don't know what goes through their head. And that's the reason why a lot of times in these videos I said, I don't waste time, and you shouldn't either, in asking on why people do the things that they do. But this video is me trying to reach out before you have to have that humbling experience where you come up against somebody that really knows whatever that you're trying to talk or push, whatever agenda you're trying to push, and you're looking foolish. Just relax when you're talking to people. Like I said, that's the reason why I prefaced this video with all the things that I was saying. That conversations don't have to have a definitive end. Excuse me. It doesn't have to be, me persuading you, you persuading me. We can just converse. Always be open and learning something that you didn't know, or thinking that you knew. Just hearing another person out, letting them finish a thought, not trying to show them how many different ways they're wrong on the thought, or how much knowledge you have to back up why they're saying what they're wrong on. One of the things that you'll come to find out and learn about people when you're really in tune with people, when you're putting people first, is on some things or whatever you're talking about, it doesn't have to be reasons or facts behind the reason why a person is thinking what they're thinking. They're thinking what they're thinking because it's their brain, and they have their thoughts, and they're thinking what they want to think because it's what they want to think. They don't have all the mathematical equations and the facts stacked up behind it, and that's not making them wrong. They don't have all of the 100 different reasons stacked up on why they should believe or think what they're thinking behind them, like you may have. So since you don't understand it, they're wrong. That's what I'm talking about with the topic of this video. Just my 2 cents on it. In the meantime, if you hadn't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Follow me on other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. I've written a book, I Ain't Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. I'll leave a link in the description box. In the meantime, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayn. You have a good one.